wanted to make this video for a long time. As the title says, it's the truth. This is where it originated from. Many people, even in Christianity, as I said, I don't associate myself with religion because all religions are false. Churches are false. Churches practice these stuff, which is paganism, and that's what the Bible says. So, and I'll give you the story. There was a church that I was going to go to once that was full of, they were practicing Halloween. I mean, how can you call yourself a church of dealing with the Most High if you're celebrating stuff that the Most High said not to do? Completely contrary to what the Bible says. So as it says, this is where it originated from, because people are stuck in that mentality and all that Christmas was when Jesus was born, or when Jesus... they make up so many excuses. They say, oh, it was when Jesus was born. No, it wasn't. There's no proof that Jesus was born on the 23rd. Or whatever. There was no proof of it. There's no proof. There is no proof. There's no proof at all. None. It's nowhere in the Bible. Same as Easter. There is no day in the Bible where Jesus rose from the dead. There's no day. There's no day when he died. Nobody knows. People just make up days so they can make up these pagan holidays as an excuse. So, as it says, do not learn the ways of the nations. They cut a tree out of the forest, and a craftsman shapes it with his chisel. They adorn it with silver and gold. They fasten it with a hammer and nails, so it will not fall. Sounds like a Christmas tree, because without a stand, it wouldn't stand up. Silver is the lights. Gold. Some people put gold around the Christmas tree. So you see, this is completely against the Bible and Jeremiah. And this is where it originated from. Nobody can argue and say, no, it isn't. It is ancient Babylon. Look at it. Looks like a tree. Even the Kabbalah, Zionism, it looks like it's supposed to represent the tree of life. Well, again, represents the tree of a cult, basically a cult holiday. Ancient Babylon, modern Christianity, false Christianity, that's what that is. Decorating the Christmas tree in imitation of ancient pagan rites. Exactly. Paganism. Now this is basically the same one. Zoom in on it. Pagan roots of Christmas. For the customs of the people are... I can't understand what it says. For the one cutteth a tree out of the forest. So there you go, it admits it. It admits it. That these people practice these things. So they cut a tree out of the forest. Why would you cut a tree out of the forest and decorate it? There's only one entire holiday that does that. So nobody can argue and say it's not talked about Christmas. They deck it with silver and with gold. They fasten it with nails and with hammers that it move not. Kind of bit like the shape of the earth, isn't it? That people can't accept that either. Oh, the earth moves not, yet people believe it does. December 25th is the birthday of the sun god. Well, it's not actually the birthday of the sun god. Many people still think it's connected to the sun. It's not. It's connected to Nebuchadnezzar. That's who it's really connected to. So as you see, this is where it originated from. This is exactly where it came from. It didn't come from anywhere else, so anybody that wants to say it came from anywhere else is lying. Nimrod defiled ancient Nineth artifact. Nimrod and center trees, same thing. And as we see, circa 2000 BC, if that's how you say it, Nimrod's birthday equals December 25th. So it was not Jesus, like people want to say. Oh, Jesus was born on the 23rd of December, or the 25th. Nope, that's wrong. There's no day in the entire Bible to prove that. There's not one single day in the Bible to prove that Jesus was born on that entire day. Nowhere. Because it doesn't exist. And as we see, we compare it. Nimrod had a long beard. Satan Claus has a long beard. Long beard. Holding reindeer. So Nimrod and then Satan Claus. Holding a tree. So it's, and again, red and white. Because of the... So as you see, this is the real truth. And it's funny as well that, well, it's not actually funny, but they say that, oh, Santa is omnipresent. Did you see where they got this from? How nobody ever figured it out. And this is why if you lie to your family and that and say, oh, Christmas is when Jesus was born, you are purposely lying to people. Purposely lying. See, many people, when you tell them the real ways of where Christmas came from, they'll get all angry and say, you don't know what you're talking about, because the truth hurts. Remember, Christmas is the occult god. Well, Nimrod wasn't a god, he just thought he was. Nimrod's birthday, who legend says married his own mother. They lied to us about it being just Jesus' birthday, exactly. And yet, it is the evidence. It's proof and facts. It's facts. It is complete facts. So again, this is where it originated from, and we all know that many people go into that thing because he's got wings on his back, that's the fallen angels. No, it's not. The guy, Nimrod, thought he was a god. That's what he was. Bit like most people in this world that want to be worshipped as a god. It's a narcissist mentality. That's really what it is. These people that want to be worshipped as gods are narcissists. They're in love with themselves. They want people to bow down before them. The narcissists. So, here's the proof right here. It is not Jesus' birthday at all. And as we see, even the Torah admits it as well. See, because the Israelites and that never celebrated Christmas. I know they celebrate Hanukkah, but which is the celebration of Moses, to do with Exodus, when Moses guided the Israelites out across the sea and that. One of Noah's great-grandsons was called Nimrod. Nimrod was a tyrant and was the first empire builder, Babel, Nineveh, etc. He was the ruler of them. Then known world, his wife, history says, was named Samarius, or however that's said, and she was a very great queen. Satan was working to counterfeit plan to deliverance. After Nimrod's death, the people said he was a mighty one, told them that he was indeed the sun god. So again, these people were obviously occultists, which shows how far the sun god nonsense has been carrying on. People still worship the sun in places like India and that. If you don't believe that, go there. People basically sit there and believe in their own head that if I sit here and stare at the sun 24 hours a day, that I can get nutrition from it and survive. It's stupid. Began here, and that his spirit was still living, dwelling in the sun, which That's how nuts some occultists are. No one's spirit could live in the sun, it would burn. Nimrod's birthday, December 25th. Nimrod equals Moloch, Zeus, Apollo, which in the Bible means Apollyon, the angel of death, Christian, etc. As we say, Satan clones. That's brought up. They say that Santa is omnipresent. Who else is omnipresent? God. They say that Santa is all-seeing and all-knowing, and he can see you when you are sleeping. He can see you and all that. And don't be naughty because he knows what you're doing. Do you see where they really got this? Where they got this from? This is a counterfeit. Satan trying to be God. That's really what this is. Santa is really a counterfeit. It's really Satan trying to be God. See, Satan wants to be worshipped anyway, so that's why he creates these counterfeit myths, like Santa existing flying in the air, which is complete nonsense. It's just complete stupid. If you believe somebody can fly in the air, then you're living in a fairy tale world. Nobody can fly. No one. Right. So there you go. So it's literally undeniable. And now we go again, the proof. Now, I don't know about this. This possibly could be true. Pagan origins of the Christmas tree. The Christmas tree is an Ashura, a sexual object with hidden symbols of male fertility. And if you actually look up what that comes from, I'm sure it comes from Easter as well. So I don't know whether this part is true. Blood from birth, fertility, the truth, Christmas, the truth is what matters. And while the first settlers of this nation were believers and followers of the Messiah, they did not observe Christmas. Well, I don't really know if that's true, because the first settlers of America and that were Satanists. That's what they were. And that's what they were, Satanists. Go look at the Statue of Liberty before it was built. Many people get offended by that because, oh, God bless America. That's what they say. Go look up the Statue of Liberty. The Statue of Liberty is not a woman. Go look at it before it was built and tell me it's a woman. It isn't. But you say that to an American patriot and they'll get offended by it. It was outlawed in all 13 colonies because it was based on paganism. And do you want to know why there's 13 colonies? Do you want to know why that is? It represents the 13 tribes of Israel. That's what it represents. The 13 tribes of Israel. That's where the number 13 comes. It is not. People say it's a cult number. Yes, it is. But the Illuminati turn everything around. What is good to evil? The number 13 is not an evil number. Obviously it isn't. That's what it is. It's just a number. A number is not satanic, but it's the way the Illuminati uses it. The Illuminati uses the number 13 to mark. Because the Illuminati actually believe that they are the real Israelites. They are the true enlightened ones, the elite. Because if you look at, they also call themselves the elite, basically means elect, enlightened ones. The Illuminati call themselves the enlightened ones. What do you think that means? The Illuminati believe that they are the chosen ones. They are the Israelites of the Bible. That's what they believe. They believe they are the chosen ones. Because the Bible says you shall be enlightened. My enlightened ones. That's why the Illuminati believe. They basically believe the devil wants to be God. It was based on paganism. The tree is interpreted originally by the occult as a phallus. The ornaments are as, I'm not going to say that word, and the tinsel as the wreath is and together they are fertility symbols. Exactly. Again, even many people will call you crazy, but look at the shape of the Christmas tree. What shape is it? It's in the shape of a triangle pyramid. It's pretty obvious it's a cult. And there we go right there. It even goes way far back. The two Babylons. From the two Babylons, the serpent is still using a tree to offend God. Exactly. And there we go. So as I said as well, they say that the Santa is omnipresent. They say he's all seeing, all knowing. He sees you when you're sleeping, and that he can fly and all that. It's all stolen from the Bible. That's what it is. It's stolen from the Bible and turned into a satanic way. So it's basically all the characteristics of God, basically put into a myth. Rather than worship the true creator, they'd rather worship something that's fake and isn't even real. And that is just the devil in disguise. And that's what it is. As we see here as well, this is where it originates as well. Christmas, Pagan, Revelation, birth of the sun, Halloween, satanic, St. Valentine's Day, which is paganism as well. Ishtar time, which is Easter, Michaelmas, Moloch, Loath Mass Day, John, Baal, Zeus, May Day. I think that's supposed to represent Mary. But all these pagan holidays, that's where they came from. All paganism. Paganism is a broad term given by early Christians to any faith that lies outside of Islam, Christianity or Judaism, which are considered to be the three Adamic religions. Pagan worship is typically centered on nature, because all three religions are fake. But it is also applied to astrology, with the use of the zodiac calendar, which tracks marks the sun's and stars' movements. While this typically applies to polytheism, I'm going to move on. This concept of paganism applies to anything that is forbidden and is offensive to Elohim, God, or heaven family of the Hebrew Torah or Tanakh, which includes but are not limited to idolatry, exalting people above all others for worship, the use of idols to worship, and even using the stars or astrology events to worship or praise other Elohim, blasphemy, profaning, or making the name of the Creator Yahweh come to nothing by forgetting it or changing it altogether. Forgetting the set-apart days and feasts, honoring or keeping the celebrations or the feast days of other Elohim, while ignoring the ones designed by Yahweh. Exactly. So how many holidays were created by Yahweh? The Sabbath. So the Sabbath. There's actually 2 or 3 Sabbaths. There's one for the phases of the moon. There's one that is a day, and there's one that is a weekend. So as we see, this is where it all originates from, this satanic garbage. As we see, this is the proof. So for the purpose of worshipping and use of events to worship, like aligning all of their holidays, holy days, with the celebrations of the zodiac, the hypocrisy of organized religions know little bounds, as it says, "My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge," and exerts its control over the world. An understanding thousands of years ago, Samaris, the wife mother of Nimrod, convinced many people to worship herself and her son, husband, as strange, Elohim, other gods, and by partaking in any other tradition associated with Christmas, Easter, or Lent specifically, many of us still worship today. So that's where it came from. So every single day you practice this satanic garbage. You are worshipping the devil. The Christmas tree is the soulless serpent tree damned in Genesis. And this is all the proof. This is how far back it goes. You've been worshipping this every day of your life. This is where it came from. Yeah, it's funny when the masses say, it's funny with some people where they say, oh, I don't care about Jesus Christ, I don't care, I don't believe in him. Well, again, why you still worshipping? There's some people that call themselves truthers and say that they're awake, yet still celebrates Christmas, which was invented by man and not God. It was invented by man and was invented by the government to control you. So yeah, and yet people still celebrate and call themselves truthers. So as you see, it goes very bad. There's the tree again. There's the tree there. There's the tree there. There's a tree there. There's the snake tree. Oh look how far back it, even in Egypt, the tree worship. Oh look, it even goes back to the phoenix. So it's all occult worship. That's what it is. And as we see, this is the proof. A huge misconception by design has the vast majority of society believing Christmas is the common way to describe Christmas is a remembrance of his birth. The date of 25th is remembered as the birth of Jesus Christ, but the tree, Yule log, candles, and gifts do not immediately appear to have any connection to the Mashiach, the Messiah, because they don't. These traditions existed long before the Mashiach, and Yahweh, Elohim, warned about following them, among others, as documented in the book of Jeremiah. So in that it will be Yemariah, or Jeremiah, however it's pronounced. Do not learn the ways of the nations, or be terrified by signs in the heavens. For the nations are terrified by them, for the practices of the people are worthless. They cut a tree out of the forest, and a craftsman shapes it with his chisel. They adorn it with the silver and gold. They fasten it with a hammer and nails, so it will not tar. So again, Christmas is paganism. Simple as that. As you see right there, paganism and ancient stuff. The use of tree candles and Yule logs, and even the exchange of gifts, are all traditions of man that have nothing to do with the Mashiach or his birth, but they do have deep origins in the occult and paganism. The myriads of traditions associated with Christmas are steeped in occult and mystery origins. The most prolific symbol of this holiday is the Christmas tree. While some can agree to its phallic nature. I mean, if you kind of look at it, this look like this would be the you know what and that the thing. And I'm not even going to go into detail. The tree actually symbolizes the resurrection of Nimrod, which Nimrod never resurrected. He died. He never came back to life, and has always been celebrated during the winter. And that's why they always say with Christmas, oh, snow, snow, snow. It's got nothing to do with any of that. It's all created by the government to control the masses. So again, in thousands of years before the Mashiach, the Messiah, in ancient summer, Queen told her subjects that a full-grown evergreen tree spawned in the place of a dead stump. So again, she was clearly nuts, which symbolized Nimrod's resurrection or rebirth tree. It wasn't this the same with the Israelites, where I mean, anything that these people are told these days, they'll just worship. Right. So grown every tree spawned in the place of a dead stump, which symbolizes Nimrod's resurrection or rebirth through a tree. The Egyptians saw evergreens as a symbol of life over death, and used green date, and we all know that the color green is connected to Osiris, so that it's even connected to that as well, Osiris. We all know the Egyptians were pagans, that they worship paganism, things like the phoenix and all that. They were occultists. And yet everybody today worships them like, oh, they were the start of civilization. No, they were all paganism. Why do you think the Illuminati worshipped the Egyptians so much? Because that's where Freemasonry started. Because again, the Egyptians believed that they were gods and all this nonsense. That's what they believed. They were gods. That's why you see they always portray themselves as gods. These portray themselves with these masks on their head, like they call themselves these stupid names. Like there's one that's called Anubis, that believes the god of the underworld. There is no god of the underworld. There's only one person that created the underworld, that's called the Father. And the devil doesn't control the underworld either. Brought into their dwellings during the winter. Absolutely. The Romans utilized many practices during, including mistletoe, which men were given free rein to, who crossed under where they hung. The burning of a Yule log, which paid homage to the sun god. The term Yule is the modern English pronunciation of the Old English word Gilo, or there's many words of it, symbolic of the 12-day festival of month Yule, which was the later term used Christmastide by the Greeks in Britannia and the regions north of Greece. The real log was viewed as a magical amulet, which eventually became a tool of the Father Christmas. The festival spread across all of Europe and then onto the Cretan-dominated lands in Italy. The Yule log is currently burned for the Festa in California. So we see. You even see it right there. So it was even in the Greek time. To be honest, that's how far back it goes. It's paganism. The origins of the mistletoe is found in Britannia, used by the Druid priests, who also used evergreen plants in concert with the mistletoe for their pagan ceremonies, with the mistletoe being the symbol for the birth of the gods, the Celtic Druids. Now again, the Celtic Druids, if you actually go back to the Bible, they look similar and they have a connection. Basically the Celtics, like the Scottish and the Irish. So, and if you look them up, they look exactly like the high priest of the Most High. They look exactly the same, they dress the same, they wear exactly the same. Like the Scottish, they wear, like, they call it kilt, but in reality it would be a garment. That's what it would be. And if you even look at the movie like Braveheart, with like what Braveheart wore, that would be considered a garment. That's what it would be considered. Even what the Greeks wore would be considered a garment. So, because well, that's why it brings it up. The Druids and that's where it came from. December is again, all this. So it's connected to the ancient sun of the days of all paganism. The day was used in Rome to represent the holidays. And then we go down. Choose someone whom would be considered an enemy of the Roman people, and one from each other Roman community would weep put forth a victim that they would force to partake in physical punishments, like they slaughtered. The Romans were evil, beyond evil people. They are evil. The Romans were the most evil people ever. Look what they did to the Israelites, and look what they did to followers of the Messiah. People say, oh, that was a myth, that never happened, No followers of the Messiah were ever thrown into the arena. Yes, they were. Even people that were, even the Spartans had to fight for their own life. The Romans would go to villages, basically kill people's families, and that's what they would do. And then they would take the father and make them fight in the arena for their own life. And if they didn't, they'd basically most likely execute them. So that's how evil the Romans were. I mean, we all know about Herod. Herod, how evil he was. He wanted to kill the Messiah. It just shows how evil the Romans actually were. Evil people. I mean, we all know the things that they were into as well. We all know they were into sexual stuff and all that. Into weird stuff. And you see, Easter even is paganism as well. Saying that, oh, Jesus was born on Easter. Or this is when Jesus resurrected. No, he didn't. He didn't resurrect on that day. There's no day. So again, Christianity and the churches have lied again, like they lie about everything, lying about every single thing. So, you know, Jesus was born on this day. Jesus was resurrected on this day. Where's the day? It doesn't exist. So again, the Passover, the feast, and this day shall become to you a remembrance. Like again, even many people out there that want to deny reality and say that the word Easter is not in the King James Version of the Bible when it clearly is. It's in my one. Mine is the latest one, even in the 1611, which I own, the big one. It says the word Easter. So as you see, these people have put these words in the Bible and that to make you celebrate Easter and think it's legit. The devil can do what he wants, because the Most High, the devil has to go to the Most High to be allowed to deceive people. And this day shall become to you a remembrance, and you shall celebrate it as a festival to Yahweh throughout your generations. Celebrate it as a festival and an everlasting law. So nothing to do with this Easter, because this is where Easter comes from. It's just pure garbage. That's what it is. It's pure garbage. It's where it comes from. So the Messiah was not born on December 25th, and that's a fact. So now you know that Christmas is paganism. That's what it is. As the song says, you better watch out, because Satan Claus is coming to town. Satan Claus, that's what it always will be.